Okay, I want you to ask yourself, what is the best kind of cake? Okay, now, is it so sweet that it's basically just after eating one bite you want to throw up? Or is it packed full of like a million flavors? Okay, or is it so soft that it just crumbles in your mouth? All right, soft, and then maybe it's super dense, full of flavor. Okay, none of this really works. Okay, now the best kind of cakes, okay, from what I found, is that they are airy. Okay, that is what you want, even in your art as well. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you what I mean. Okay, so by creating an airy cake, okay, or having an airy cake, if you haven't had an airy cake before, you're missing out, because basically when you have an airy cake, the flavors can kind of speak for themselves. Okay, you've probably had this kind of cake before. It's like, let's say you go to the supermarket and you go buy one of those really big cakes. Those, I think they're called like tray bakes, right? And they're basically bought for, like, let's say you're like 6 years old and then you want to buy a cake for like your entire class. That kind of cake, okay? They're super sweet and they're really bad, okay? But we love them anyways because we're young and we love sugar, okay? But basically, when you graduate from that and you realize, okay, I don't really just want sweet stuff, I want some kind of complexities in it, you want to opt for something that's kind of airy, okay? Not something that's super overwhelming like a children's cake, okay? Now, what I found anyway is that like I've actually seen this go into play. I tasted it go into play because my mum, okay, she's a very good baker, okay, so she makes a lot of cakes, and not recently, maybe a year ago, she started using this method where basically her cakes have more air in it, okay, and what that's done is that all of her cakes after that, using that method, it's become so much better. Okay, they're not super dense anymore, okay, and they're not so soft that they just crumble, okay, but it's hit this perfect balance. But before that it was quite dense, okay, but now it's so good. In fact, if she really wanted to, she could probably create her like own cakes for other people and sell it as like a business, that kind of thing. It's that good, okay? But that is the moral of the story here. Whatever you create, think about it, like as a musician, let's say, okay, you want to be better. Like, let's say you just started creating songs and you're quite new to it. I want you to think about how you could possibly make it better by making it kind of airy. Okay, it's very easy to fall into the trap that you want to make a really cool song, right? But you're throwing all these ideas into it, okay? And you've only got like 3 minutes to do it, and you're just throwing all of these metaphors. That doesn't make sense. You only need a few things, okay? You can then, by doing that, it creates emphasis, okay? Now, that is what I mean by, like, you don't need a million flavors, okay? You only need a few simple things, and you need to execute it well, okay? That's what kind of airy means. And then after that, once you've gotten really good at that kind of thing, you can add in the complexities, right? You can only add really like icing on a cake if the cake isn't trash. You see what I mean? Okay, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that one SpongeBob episode where he was basically just wiping this trash can. It was super clean, but it's still trash. It doesn't make sense. Okay, create something airy, and then what you'll find is that everything that you create has a lot more structure to it as well, a lot more clarity. If this video was helpful to you, you can subscribe so then it's in your feed and you can see more videos like this. Maybe leave a like if you really enjoyed it, and if you're interested, I have a private community for ambitious artists that you can join. As you can just check it in the description of this video. Other than that, I will hopefully see you in the next video. See you later. Bye bye.